Lee,
Oh,
it's Monday.
it's Monday. We just had our sprint planning. Jack's at home because of COVID reasons. Hopefully he's alright. But we're going over what we're doing this week. So, what we're doing. Go doing dark mode for colouring voxels. So that's a big request, and hopefully that'll be something that's finished up this week and getting into the game. For me, it's going to be hexceed. We are finally making a start now. We've got 2 more DLCs to get done by end of the month. Not by end of the month, but by November / December time. So we're getting that done. And then Jack will be working on the next Colouring Pixels DLC, which is the Zoom Out DLC. Which was requested a couple of months back, but it got pushed back to November. And hopefully it'll be a good one, because it's unique in its style. Is that everything?
Yeah, we're going to MCM, or not MCM, Comic-Con at the weekend, aren't we?
At the end of the month, yeah. That's the small one in Newcastle, not the big London one, but we're going to see what's going on there, and then hopefully make some notes and make some prep for the future.
Yeah.
Alright, so today I've just been working on trying to get the community world in. So one of the things that we wanted to do is sort of like this floor plate thing. I think Jack went on about this last week in the devlog, so he's probably explained it better. But I just wanted to go through it again and make sure that the actual cuts in between the different levels are just a bit more puzzle piecey and not just like straight lines. So I've gone ahead and done that. It wasn't too bad. It was a little bit fiddly, but once I worked out the workflow using Cubicle, it was fine. So I've just been trying to get those in Unity now. It takes a little bit of time to actually line them up properly in the world and things like that, but I'm getting there. But other than that, I've just been working on dark mode. So there is a little bit of a bug, and I can't demonstrate it because it doesn't work in. It's fine in an editor, but there's a problem in build where essentially everything for the update with dark mode is good, apart from the text doesn't update properly on the UI, the 2D UI. So I'll try and show you, but it's going to work fine. So the dark mode is off here, and then when I go ahead and turn dark mode on, all of this text turns to white. But what we're seeing in actual build is that all of this text at the top here, the 3D elements, they are turning white, but these bits underneath are staying as black, the previous color, and that's just weird, and I don't know how to fix it. So it's been a lot of builds today trying to work out what the issue is, and I'm just about to run another build now. But yeah, fingers crossed we can get this sorted, and then we can get the build out for everyone, because the world is looking a lot nicer, especially when you're actually playing the game. Dramatic reveal there. Yeah, it's looking really good. We've even managed to get the those little highlight things in where it's a little bit checkered pattern for the ones which you haven't got selected.
There's been some QA today for the colouring voxels builds that I've also been working on, but other than that, it's been back and forth with hexceed, just making progress on the levels for the next DLC. And yeah, I've just got the first batch of 20 done. If I quickly head over to Trello here. Yeah, so I've set up the tasks in bulk 20 just for a bit of ease. And yeah, I've gone ahead and set up those 20 a day. So it's a bit of a tight schedule, but I just want to make sure I get ahead of schedule regarding the serious DLC, just because we have sort of a lot going on in November, as we always sort of say. So this DLC is coming out on the 21st. But then we also have 2 Advent DLCs, 3 Advent DLCs actually, and then we have the next hexceed DLC the month after. So hexceed is normally on a bi-monthly schedule, but for the end of the year, just to get it all wrapped up within the 12 months, it's going to be back-to-back hexceed releases. So want to get ahead of schedule, just so I can get everything done before sort of Christmas period. And yeah, so far so good. I'd say I'm on track. Head over to the world layout as well, because I did all the prep yesterday. And yeah, the star look once again, just because it is, this whole DLC naming convention is based on stars and constellations, that sort of stuff. So yeah, stars once again, and then I've got 20 of these levels done. I don't know if I can show that. Let me try. So never mind. Can't show it off. But yeah, I've got 20 levels done, which is about 1/6 even of the DLC, and then yeah, we'll continue from there and see how many we can get done by the end of the week.
Okay, so it's been a pretty jam-packed day regarding the Zoom Out DLC for Colouring Pixels. I've managed to get quite a lot done today than originally anticipated. In fact, I think I've done about 5 images so far, which I didn't plan on doing. I think I've just sort of bashed them without realising. So I'm quite proud of these, but I'm not going to show them all off because I don't want to ruin too much of the DLC. This is one of the bigger ones that I've done today, which is sort of a a very zoomed out sort of image of the mine entrance. You can see the mine entrance is over here. And I've gone for a bit more of like a game sort of art style, so sort of like Terrier or sort of like a Pokemon-esque style. Obviously, all the levels will be zoomed out, but I don't want them all to consist of the same art style. They look a bit different. This one's definitely a nice example of that. As well as that, I've been working on the levels that pass by. So as the level zooms out, it reveals a mountain range, and past the mountain range here, you can see the little guy standing on top, and then there's a plane flying past too. The plan for this one is that I'm actually going to have an airplane window as a person's going to be looking through them. I've shown off a lot of my images. I've already shown off my images. Just ignore this. So what I'll do is, once this one is finished, this sort of airplane scene, I'm going to draw an actual airplane, and then that should give me enough room to zoom out completely out of the sky, into the atmosphere, into space. So, and that'll allow me to do some pretty cool space images. So I want to get these airplane images wrapped up. I'm sort of working on them simultaneously here. I think I'm done with this one, but something's not really standing out to me, so I'm probably going to come back to it. And you can see here as well, I am currently working on the... Oh, where's it gone? Hello? There it is, yeah, I've probably shown off all the images unintentionally, just pretend you didn't see more.
So nothing new today, just more of the same in terms of making hexceed levels. So good progress again, managed to stay on target, finish the next batch of 20 levels here. So yeah, that's good going. Not falling behind on schedule just yet, touch wood. So if we head over to Trello, we can mark this task as complete and move that on over. And yeah, that'll be 40 levels for Rob to check, and then again, sticking on the schedule, getting things ready for the announcement. We're all still waiting for Valve to approve the store page because it hasn't come back just yet. But I can now get screenshots as well because I've made a build with the level in yesterday. So as soon as Valve do approve the store page, I'll get the screenshots updated, get that store page out, and hopefully it'll be in time for this Friday when the DLC needs to be announced.
Okay, today is just a bit, well, it's a bit of a different day today. So I've been working on getting the Xbox working and plugged in again. So the idea is that we're going to try and get this working for hexceed. Essentially, just because, I'm phrasing the words badly. We're trying to get it work with hexceed, mainly because it's going to be the easiest of all the games. So it's already got full controller support. It's quite lightweight. The game is pretty much done, since we're only doing like 1.5 DLCs left. So it kind of makes sense for us to try and get this on Xbox first, ahead of all of the other games. And yeah, I just decided to give it a go and see if we can get it working. I'm getting there. So the Xbox is plugged in and working on. It's quite a nice thing that you can do with the Xbox dev kit is that you can sort of like remote desktop to it and have basically just like a live stream to it on your PC, which is really, really useful. You can't have that with Switch. But you can see that it's not looking quite right. I'm getting a few errors. Something to do with the UI from the looks of it, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure I'll work it out. There's always a few of these issues when you start with a new development console. And yeah, I guess I'll keep you posted.
So a little bit of a break from the hexceed progress and gone ahead and QA tested the community book for Conan Voxels here. And it's pretty good, all in all, pretty well done. There's only a couple of pushbacks here and there, and most of those are regarding the materials. I'll put your sugars over here. Yeah, so it's a few minor things here and there, like there's a hole in this level, there is some missing glass potentially in this level. Very minor things that actually need correcting. This one, for example, is just a circle here in the bottom left, you can see isn't complete. So very quick changes. Most of the issues are with the materials, and a lot of them on this bug temple as well. Just because the colour count's so high, I think it's difficult to tell where the colour should have been. You see in the time lapse there, just finished it up now. But yeah, you see that it's like floating water and stuff, which just feels a bit odd. So a couple of changes there, but yeah, that's all QA'd and ready to be addressed. And then hopefully when I come in tomorrow, they'll be ready to be tested again and ready to go live on Friday.
Okay, yeah, so just a bit of an update on this Xbox stuff. So it turns out that the controller support isn't actually in hexceed, so it's all geared specifically specifically for Switch. So actually getting it working on the controller is proving to be a bit of a faff. So you can see I've managed to get some controls in. So when I press the joystick, what's it called? The stick? The little indicator zooms in and out. It's not moving yet, and we've got a couple of controls in. So start does a thing. I'm not quite sure what it's doing, but it's doing something. And Y causes an error because it's not linked properly. But I'm getting there. So I'm thinking we might as well just basically put an update out for hexceed with support for the controller stuff before we do any of the Xbox stuff. It is running on Xbox, managed to get that all working. It's just the next step is going to be getting input working, so we might as well just get it working for PC first. So it's all using the same input system, so it should be okay.
Okay, so you can see here that I'm making quite a lot of progress on the Zoom Out DLC. I only have one more level to go, and I only stopped because the pen unfortunately died, so I'm going to wait for that to charge. But while I'm waiting for it to charge, I'm going to go through and tweak all these levels. As you can see here, I've already went through quite a lot of them. I think we've only got like 5 more to go. And you can see here, I've got them in Unity. And all the colour counts seem to be pretty good. Ignore this one. I'm actually going to be doing a lot of tweaks this level in terms of actually hand drawing some extra bits in. So ignore that colour count for now. But everything else seems pretty good. And nothing really goes over 20, except one here, which is the window one. But that's because essentially this image is inside that image. So I've done my best to try crop it down, but the colour count is a smidge higher than I like, but I think it'll be okay because it's quite a small level anyway, so it should be fine. And we've got these last ones to do here. So I think I haven't really played as the last few. So I've only got 3 actually, and then I need to draw the last one. So I'm going to get through these last 3 levels, tweak them all up so Lee can QA whenever he wants, and then I'm going to draw in this last level here, which I'm assuming will be the solar system. I'm not really sure. I did want to draw the Milky Way as well, but I feel like that would be zoomed out a bit too much since we go from the moon to the moon and Earth, then the Milky Way. But I've already drawn a solar system before, so I need to make it look a bit more different than the other one. So we'll see how it goes. I'll think of something, I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, so today has been a little bit of a write-off. I was hoping to be working on hexceed, getting those Xbox controls working. But there were quite a few pushbacks for the Colouring Pixels community book that we were hoping to release today. There's still a chance, we're pretty much there. There were a lot of issues that needed fixing after QA. So one of the things I just want to point out was we've got this setting to essentially disable all of the flooring sections. So I'll just show you this setting first. How about that? Yeah, so I've got this setting, hide non-essential voxels. So we use that for the underwater world to make sure that you don't have to fill in the largest part of the world, which is just the water blocks, but we're also using it for the community book to essentially remove the floor that you can see. You can see there that as we load back in with that setting off, you can see that there's actually just a lot more of this world to colour in. So it kind of, yeah, it's just kind of a nice to have, so that it gives people the option to colour either with the floor or without. And it's just been a few of the pushbacks today have just been a few of the colours that haven't been marked properly. So the way this works is we basically just we have a colour here, it's like 1 for example, and we flag it to say these are one of the colours that you need to auto-complete when given the option. But we have to do that for every level and for every colour of the floor. So this path needed flagging as well, and also I think there's like little fence posts around the world as well. So there's a lot of things that needed flagging, and a few of them slipped through the cracks. So it's just been a day of trying to fix all of that and get it done. But yeah, I think we're pretty much there. Lee's doing the last bit of QA now, and fingers crossed we can get it out.
Okay, so I've wrapped up the Zoom Out DLC for Colouring Pixels. So I've jumped over now to the Mars DLC for voxels, and it's going pretty well. I pretty much slipped back into it without any problems. So we've got the space effectors in here. I'm still going through Rob's list of notes here that he's put on for the space stuff. Obviously, I have no idea what any of these means, but he's put descriptions in so I can sort of follow it. And I've been going through and doing my own little bit of research to sort of gather any information that I might need. These space effectors ones, these are pretty much like a concept, and I've pretty much gone off the base design that everyone thinks they'll look like for these, so I think this looks pretty good. And this is obviously a refinery here as well, which isn't finished. This is going to connect to the rocket, which I'm currently building. I think the rocket's still a bit small, however there's going to be engines that protrude down here, so it might end up being a bit bigger than what it looks like now. So I'm going to continue this now. I'm going to build up the cockpit, and that should be the rocket done. And as for the second rocket, that one's going to be mid-launch, so I'm actually going to do some sort of smoke effects at the bottom. So that one will probably take a bit longer. So I'm going to crack on this as much as I can today and see how far I get.
The following day. Yesterday.
Guys,
Hello.
it's Friday.
Yeah. Yes. I forgot
remember to say now. Yeah, we've got 6 DLCs coming out. We've got the hexceed one that I can never remember the name for because it's Latin.
Yeah.
We've got Mars Colony for colouring voxels, which Jack's been working on. We've got Zoom Out for colouring pixels, and then we've got 3 Advent ones for the end of the month. So we've got colouring pixels, colouring voxels, and Wooloop. And then we'll get the community book out for colouring voxels as well. That's going to be coming out, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great, guys. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all of the Patreon members who hopefully might be getting Christmas cards. Maybe, hopefully. And yeah, cool.
Happy Halloween.